Welcome back, everyone. I am Winter, and we're going into what could be the final game of the SlayerS Tribute Casting Marathon. This time it's going to be Game 2 of SlayerS Boxer versus I Am Nestea. Boxer taking the first game by just taking such a strong position in the middle of Shakuris and just doing too much damage to Nestea early on with the 2 racks. But in this map, it's going to be on the left-hand side. The Emperor, the founder of SlayerS himself, it's going to be Boxer. His opponent, the winner of so many GSL championships, the creator of the universe, it is I Am Nestea. Alright, now we'll see what Boxer has in store. Last game, he went for a proxy 2 racks. That wasn't especially proxy, it was more of a macro racks where he just made the racks outside his base, put on a little bit of pressure, forced the drones off the line, killed a few, made a few bunkers, and then backed off and went for the economy play. And that left Nestea kind of high and dry when it came to drone production. He really committed to defending against the 2 racks, and Boxer just took advantage of that to the best of his ability and was able to carry the game through from there. But we'll see if Boxer does the same. We've seen a lot of SlayerS Terrans make some barracks in a little bit of unorthodox locations on this map. And it looks like Boxer going to be doing the exact same thing, making it at his natural. Is there going to be a drone scout from Nestea is the real question. Nestea never wanted to really drone scout as far as I've seen in the past, though because of what happened last game, it might be a good idea for him. Now, Boxer just making a single barracks so far. Maybe he'll choose to make another one on the top of the ramp, or it'll just be that single proxy barracks into an expansion, because right now he doesn't have a gas geyser, he doesn't have a second barracks, so Boxer just looking like he's just going to make a proxy, well, a macro racks out here by the side of his natural and go for an expansion. And this works much better, of course, on players that drone scout, because when you drone scout, you go up into the main, you see, alright, there's nothing here, and there's nothing here, and what? There's no barracks. But Nestea here will probably not be falling for any of this, so the mind game kind of went straight over the head of Nestea's Overlord. So, just going to be going straight up. Just going to be going straight into a standard play right now, with the 15 hatch, pool finishing up, and wait a second. Wait. Pool finish first. Alright, it looks like Nestea just playing it so safe this game. Not even going... He went for a 14 pool, 16 hatch. I can't believe I didn't pay attention to that. But right now, Boxer is going to figure that out. Is he going to go up in the main? Because a hatchery should be finished by almost the time that STV comes in. And Boxer realizing, why is your hatchery not finished? Just thinking, okay, that's why. Is Zergling's come to kill him? And this SCV will probably make it all the way back to be saved by a Marine if he brings the Marines out to help him. But, of course, the Zergling's just barely faster than the workers. If you don't turn them too much, then the workers should get away all the way back to the base, where ranged units and units that kill Zerglings can defend them pretty effectively. Now, Boxer just going for that straight-up 1-racks expand, and as we move by the waterfall here, it looks like the Zerglings will be driven back. Neither player suffering any losses besides the hit point bar, so we'll see what Nestea wants to do from here. At this point, he's kind of realized what's been happening. He knows Boxer is going for the expansion. He can suspect that he's going for the Marine tank play, but the Link going to be denied the scouting of these 2 barracks that are going to be walling off. Boxer doing a great job of putting those barracks in a good position to wall off against the Banelings. Or at the same time, oh, looks like he's getting the 2 barracks in his main. This will not be a 3 command center build like we saw from Boxer last game, but instead he's going to be getting that gas much quicker. He might be choosing to get a factory to go for Marine Hellion a lot faster, go for the Tech Lab, anything like that. But at the moment, Nestea getting his gas. If he gets another gas at the natural in the near future, it could be a Roach Bane bust, because if you get your gas anytime before about 40 drones, it means you want to tech up a little bit quicker before getting that 3rd base. At this point, 2 gas isn't really a committal to anything huge. It doesn't mean he's going directly for Roaches. It might mean a quick lair as well. Never know with Nestea. Nestea is absolutely a huge fan of mutas, even when they might end up killing him in the end, unless he micros them perfectly, but... Alright. Just looking at the situation right now, we see Boxer moving out with a lot of unupgraded Marines, but at the same time, Nestea hasn't had gas. He doesn't have the gas for the Speedlings right now. He's desperately making a Spine Crow. He's forced into a lot of Lings. Boxer's still at 25 STVs against 36 drones, but he's forcing all these Lings out. It's so huge that Boxer went for this push out at this timing right now. Otherwise, Nestea would be forced to make so many extra... Nestea would be able to make so many extra drones and still have the tech out to defend. And right now, I'm not sure if Nestea wanted to go for this speed, but he's doing it anyway because he thinks, Boxer, what are you doing right now? Are you making just a lot of Marines? I'm going to need this speed. So, just a couple more reactors coming down the barracks. The factory in the main, it looks like Boxer going for the exact same build, just a little bit quicker right now. because he's not getting that third orbital command center, which of course delays everything by a decent margin. So, lane's moving around the left side. Creeps being spread. Nesty going to get a lot more in the way of creep spread this game, it looks like. He does have another extra queen committed to creep. He does have 3 queens on the field. At the same time as the Lings move by, I don't know if Boxer going to win of this, or if he just has the game sense to know if he stays out on the map too long, then he's probably going to lose a lot to Zerglings right now. And these Zerglings do not have speed. There's no way they're going to sneak in and do any damage, despite the lack of a wall off at the top of the ramp. Now, the factory has been finished. We'll see if he puts a tech lab on it and makes a starport, which is something he'll probably do in the near future. And there's a tech lab, making a third command center now, a little bit later than last game. But now we have the Marines kind of balling up right now. What does he have? Combat shields on the way? Looks like Boxer's a pretty huge fan of this combat shield's first play. Just playing a little bit more defensive. Doesn't want to get aggressive until he has those siege tanks in the back to really complement his push. So now Boxer trying to sneak around the watchtower, but he'll be surprised to find so many Zerglings, and he'll be happy because he takes out about 5 or 6 of them right there. And well done by Boxer, making the best of a bad situation, which is getting scouted right now. He wanted to sneak in right now, but not going to happen as he moves by the watchtower. And Nesty going to be completely ready with the Banelings. Baneling speed already begun. Does he have any lair tech? He has finished it. He hasn't begun any upgrades. There's the Spire. Okay, Nesty has made his choice, but here come the Marines. Ooh, he's in the fog of war. He needs to target down the Banelings right now. Banelings moving in, not getting that many hits, but the Marines are so spread out, but it still will be more than enough. Here comes another Baneling, getting a good hit in. And suddenly Boxer losing a lot of the Marines there for almost free, actually, and the Zerglings will be able to clean it up. He did a pretty good job of targeting down the Banes to start, but still taking a lot of losses they didn't really need to take if he had a Marine out scouting when those Banelings were coming in. But now Boxer in a little bit of a supply deficit. We're looking at 41 workers to 58 with Nesty in the supply lead, and he's getting his third base now. But Boxer, orbital command is already up. He's looking fine economically. He's already getting his upgrades before Nesty, who's just now starting his +1 melee, while Boxer has his +1 weapons about 40 seconds into the production. So Zergling's poking up, trying to see what damage they can do, expecting none and seeing none, as Boxer now has 2 siege tanks on the field. The first medevac on the way as well. This is an identical push to what Boxer did last game against Nesty, except last game he chose to go for something of a valley push, kind of sieging up the main. This time it looked targeted at the third base of Nesty. Has Nesty seen this? He has the Overlord. I believe he saw this coming out. He's no, he's not supply blocked. He's making 10 mutas, but will the 10 mutas be out in time to deal with this push right now? I'm not entirely sure as we see the Banelings being morphed. Oh, now he sees it. I don't know. That's a little bit late on the Baneling morph. He's making Zerglings. He's making mutas. He's making Banelings, but it's not going to be nearly enough to deal with this push. He just has combat shields. It looks like a couple creep tumors will actually fall as well, and this third base will be forced to be canceled. Boxer successfully snuck this force out under Nesty's nose. It looks like Nesty doesn't want to give this base up. He's losing it right now, but he doesn't want to give it up. He's just using it for a little bit of extra time to move across the map with this force right now to counterattack in the Boxer's base. He does have Baneling speed finished, but at the same time, it looks like Boxer will take out the third. But we've seen this before. Boxer getting caught out of position and leaving his siege tanks in a position where they don't really need to be. As here comes Nesty. His tanks aren't sieged up. Here come a couple Banelings right now. If he needs to siege up those tanks, Boxer, siege up your tanks as the Banelings start moving into the natural. And they're going to be able to take down a couple SCVs to start. Moving into the Marines. If he can take out all the Marines, the mutas can finish up the rest. And it looks like the mutas will just be enough to take out these siege tanks. Boxer moving back at the same time. Nesty has taken a pretty severe supply lead. Now that he's taking out those siege tanks, the medevacs, and the SCVs as well. So many workers killed. 11 workers killed right now, and that count is just rising as Boxer struggles to make any more Marines. He only has a single re-entered barracks, so these Marines just start to trickle out. Boxer looking in a very tough position right now. 70 to 118 supply. He's taking out Overlords and supply blocking ST, so this will be the end of the reinforcements for the time being, but he has nothing to defend. He has the turret is driving back the mutas for the time being. Boxer desperately trying to find a way to keep these SCVs alive, to keep the tank alive. The Marines are coming back. The mutas will be driven out. All the Zerglings will be cleaned up, but so much damage has been done by Nesty. They're so smartly done, knowing that Boxer was out of position across the map in a place where he couldn't threaten the rest of his bases, but well, Nesty with the absolutely amazing counterattack. It looks like a pause was in the game. Boxer maybe some issues with his mouse or something, because that Boxer took a lot of damage from that. Nesty was able to get his third base back up. He didn't really lose any drones. 23 SCVs to 65 drones. It's not going to be an ideal situation for Boxer to be in, especially when he's on 3 base to 2 economy, 115 supply, 266 right now. But looking at the Mutalisk count, it's already up to 14, only 27 in the way of Marines. He's desperately trying to make more. He has 3 orbital commands to bolster his economy, but at the same time, the barracks do not have reactors. He can only make maybe 8 Marines at a time, and he can't make siege tanks as well. He's not mining any gas from his natural. He doesn't have enough in the way of siege tanks to really push out right now against anything. The Muta's going to be swinging in a couple. Ooh, these should be shut down by the Marines, but Nesty knows it. Nesty and Muta Micro go together like toast and butter, and everybody loves buttered toast right now. We'll see if Nesty can land right side up with his Banelings, or if he gets caught under with a huge drop from Boxer on the right-hand side. It has been scouted, I do believe. No, not quite, but Nesty completely prepared for this, just targeting down drones. Is Boxer not going to try to engage those spine crawlers? It's way too much for him to deal with. Here come the Mutas to try to deal with the drop in the main. I think he has just enough to take this out without taking Muta losses. And there's a spine crawler in the back, and he's Nesty just securing his position right now. In this game, those Muta's going to be able to take it out. The spine crawlers in the back going to be more than enough to deal with the drop. And now Boxer going for one last desperate push, but I think it might be too much for him to deal with. 25 Marines against 19 Mutas, but the Mutas are almost going to fly over, but Nesty just absolutely so quick. He's not losing a single Muta there to those Marines. Boxer desperately trying to make his way into the third, but Nesty having none of it, gonna counterattack almost instantly. Here he comes swinging in. The siege tanks are sieged up. The Mutas just engaging the Marines straight up. A couple Banelings in the back should be picked off, but here come the Zerglings. Here come the Banelings. The Mutas actually taking a lot of damage from the Marines. That's not where you want to have your Mutas, Nesty. But is it just gonna be too much? He needs to keep that Marine count up. A lot more coming out right now. There's still turrets in the main doing a lot of damage to the Mutas. Boxer trying to save his SCVs as best as can. Of course, Nesty can continue to remake this army while Boxer cannot. Every single SCV that falls is absolutely huge. Looks like Boxer going to take a couple more Mutas on the way out, and actually not. They're going to barely fly out in time, and Boxer lost supply while Nesty seems to maintain it right now. We're looking at 28 SCVs with a lot of mules being dropped down to 80 drones, though. Boxer is going to need to come from such a desperate situation in order to win this game right now. The engineering base is getting taken out, but the one that is not upgrading is the one that's being targeted, so he might be able to get his 2-2 out in time, and Boxer says, I can't do this anymore. I need to live. I need to go. There's no other option. Where did those Banelings come from? What are your Banelings in the main? There's just not, going to be able to take out the Marines almost instantly, and oh, Boxer losing ground on all fronts. He's at 85 supply against 170. It's 60 army supply against 101. He has one tank push. He has one tank push, but right now, Nesty making 19 Banelings to complement 8 of his own. He's going to be at 27 Banelings against only 38 Marines. Boxer sieging up in a good position to get a beat on this third base, but at the same time, the Mutas in the main will take out absolutely every Marine that tries to rally up. The drones have been saved. Nesty still has a third base mining. Boxer starting to lose supply now. It's 180 supply, 280 as Boxer makes his way in. And oh, this could be it right here. Here come the Banelings coming in. Boxer, like the rest of SlayerS, may be forced to disband in this game. And almost all the tanks being taken out instantly. Here come the Banelings, and there's just not enough Marines to deal with it. Nesty rolling right on through. GG from Boxer, and that will be it. Nesty will